The Z pose is such a crucial pose. One of the beauties of this pose is what it does for the hip joints. If you're not forcing this, you're putting nice, easy movement. The left hip, in this case, internally rotated, the right hip externally rotated, and then there's gentle ball and socket movement in both, which goes into your SI joints, into your lumbar spine, and up through your whole spine. And the knees. Roll to your sides and come on up. And let's take the Z position with your legs to the left. You can start with the right knee on the left shin and then just slide it down, just making sure you're nice and comfortable. And then take your left hand out to the side. And the back foot is in Virasana. It points. It's not like this. Good question. This, if you try to force your foot is dorsiflexed like this and you take the right sit bone down, you can feel the pressure right into that knee. So you let that foot go long. And you don't try to push your right sit bone to the floor. And then take your right hand onto your pelvis right there and just gently roll it forward and back. As you go back, don't try to push the right sit bone down. Just a little bit of a rolling of that back leg hip, very gentle. And then take your hand onto your upper belly and feel how the hip rolling turns your belly with it. So as the right hip comes up, it turns your belly to the left. And then come up onto your sternum and you create that nice kind of gentle wave. And then come up to the crown of the head. And that wave, it's not just turning, but there's a wave that goes up through your head and back down. So there's a rising and falling of this lovely wave. And then with your right hand on your belly, start to take that wave to the left elbow and then forward and back. So you still got that wave going up and down, but now you've got a nice circular pattern with it as well. And again, don't try to be forcing that right sit bone down to the floor. It rises and falls, but not to the point where you feel pressure on your right knee. And a gentle, gentle wave-like movement. It's a nice way to open up the hips. And now take your hands on either side of your left knee and then come forward and let everything lengthen. Hands back behind you and just see if you feel a difference between one side and the other. Shoulders flowing, neck relaxed. And let's take the Z pose the other way. Remember, the knee can be up just like this if it needs to be. And that back foot, nice and long. Take your hand out to the side. Lay on your hip first. And the spine has to do a number of things here as that hip goes forward and back. First of all, it has to turn to the right. But not only turn to the right, but it has to lengthen upwards, like a wave starting to build. Because if it doesn't, if it just turns, you're going to feel a jam. A jam in the shoulder and a jam in the spine. So there's just a nice wave that moves up and down through the crown and back. And one of the beauties of this pose is what it does for the hip joints. If you're not forcing this, you're putting nice, easy movement. The left hip, in this case, internally rotated, the right hip externally rotated, and then there's gentle ball and socket movement in both, which goes into your SI joints, into your lumbar spine, and up through your whole spine. The Z pose is such a crucial pose. So the left hand here, and you just turn. Now as you turn, just look over your right shoulder as you turn and see how that actually helps it be fully connected. Everything we did on the floor is now translating up through here in different ways. And then we just start to circle. And circle that. So there's a vertical wave, but then there's a spiral around that wave that's going up. Z pose, one of those crucial poses that for the hip joints. Wonderful. Hands on either side of your right knee.